Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode is about white people, white adults going after Ruby Bridges. I don't know how to really put that out there, because it's not really about Ruby Bridges, but it's about Ruby Bridges because Ruby Bridges was the first black student to integrate schools. 6 years old. And we talk about it. Adults were coming for her head. Wild. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's look, we're doing white history. And it's not all good. And like, some of it's weird. Then there's other stuff where it's just like, yo, what in the world? Or what? And this is one of those, yo, how? Why are we doing this? This is what we do. This is how we get down. It was either this or white people eating mummies. We talked about that too. We might still bring that up. We might still bring that one up. But this is this episode. Wild, deep. I'm still trying to figure out a title for it. And it's crazy to think about when a 6-year-old had to endure from adults the threat that they posed on her. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say anyway lightly, like let's go to something else. I'm just saying we talk about it later on, so ain't no need for me to get ready to pull my soapbox out again and start, you know what I mean? So yeah. Crazy, man. And it's weird because this morning, I don't know why. Who knows why? I'm on the Max and I see a birth of a nation. And that's the Nat Turner story. Salute to Nate Parker, by the way. And I know I guess it's not supposed to be the thing that you do, because Nate Parker was caught out here, I guess, sexually assaulting women, and it's weird. I remember that he had this movie. It was his movie. He wrote it. He directed it. This was his joint, and this is a moment of like, yo, he is telling a piece of Nat Turner's history a lot of people had no idea about, and it's like, yo, this is great. And then all of a sudden it was like, yo, this dude did this to this woman, this dude did that. And it's like, oh man, they just came in and swooped in and killed all this momentum, son. All that was gone. I watched the movie though. Pieces of a lot of it I forgot all about, because I only watched it all the way through once. And I'm watching this joint. I'm like, yo, this is a wild movie. And it's and while we're, cause and it kind of, it all tied together, right? Ruby Bridges, this Nat Turner thing. They teach him to read. Well, they don't teach him to read. They help expand his reading experience. He was already reading himself. They found out he could read. The slave owner's wife is like, yo, I'm gonna take him in, give him the holy word, give him the Bible. He starts reading the Bible. He does his thing. The kid that he's kicking it with as their children ends up, of course, being his master. There's a point where tides shift, and it's never, and it's one of those things you always, like, you're trying to figure out, where does that kick in life, right? With that, you're a kid, you're growing up, and you're hanging out with these slave boys and girls, and these technically become your friends. And there's somebody in your ear going, at the end of the day, they're property. At the end of the day, they're subhuman. At the end of the day, they're disposable. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? And don't get it twisted, there are some who grew up, left the plantation, and just was like, yo, I can't be that. I kicked it with black people. I kicked it with y'all. I can't be that. I I don't even deal with my family. I didn't go back and buy nobody and save them or nothing, but I'm not my parents. So I understand that. But in this particular situation, that's not what happened. He becomes part of the status quo. And he's moving your mans around to preach to everybody. If you know the story or if you see the movie, you know. My part, here's I got an issue with. And it's the end. They go on the spree. They go on the 48-hour spree. And they get to a point where one dude is like, yo, I got this guy. And he puts the hatchet to my man. The kid, which, let me rewind it a little bit. They're setting up the beating. And the kid comes from a whole nother plantation. And they're like, yo, he's just a boy. Hey, if he down, he down. Two things I'm starting to think now that I've watched this the second time all the way through. Word got around, and he was sent to go be a thing. Like, ain't nobody gonna think nothing about this kid. It's the kid. Boom. They get close enough to his plantation for him to run off. He's faster than all of these because they're older dudes. So he's faster. He done already put the dip on him. He went out here and told the people, hey, they coming here next. Or if not next, they'll be here though. They gonna be here. And they got ambushed. I'm like, yo, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? That's my first thought. Like, I thought, like, watching this the second time, I'm like, maybe this dude was a plant. They was like, yo, we hear because that was the whole thing. They had a dude from Norfolk. They're in Southampton. Norfolk. I don't know if you understand. You got to cross some water to get around to that. He's like, word is spreading there. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was, word is spreading. And then this kid comes around and it's like, first time watching it, thought nothing of it. Second time, now I'm like, oh, that was part of the get down. They put him in the mix. Anyway, he goes, you already know the rest of the story. They catch up with Nat Turner. Nat Turner turns himself in, however you want to put that out there. One thing's for sure, they do what they can to not just destroy, desecrate, and all kind of stuff to the physical frame, but they want the name, the story to never surface. Didn't happen that way. We all know Nat Turner. That's a thing. That's a thing. So it didn't work. Here's another part that I'm so frustrated at, and I was frustrated at it when I first saw it. Nat Turner looks at and the kid who snitched is there, and he's watching. Then you see the tear trickle, and as the tear trickles, they do a switch up thing where, you know, the dude, you can see it gradually grows into a grown man who's now fighting in the Civil War. And I'm just like, nah, son, we don't get not with him. We don't get to turn that into that with him. Not this dude. The plant? We can't, nah, son. Now, I don't even know how, I'm still trying to, as a man now in 2025, I'm still trying to figure out what's that about? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what could have been, you know what I'm saying? But look, he at least he's doing something for the peoples. Nah, man, I hope he's on the front line too. I hope he was one of the first ones to catch one. I don't even know if this dude is real, but my point is, that character does not get to go out in a heroic fashion. 48, look, if y'all don't know the story of Nat Turner, here's a bonus for y'all. 48 hours of mayhem. 48 hours of mayhem. You don't understand how far plantations are from each other. If you even just go out to farmland, you go to somebody who got farmland and go, yo, where's your neighbors at? Yonder. And when they go yonder, they just pointing. They just... Yeah, and if you've ever road trip before, you know what I'm talking about. You be on the interstate, there's a house. Then you rolling. There's another house. Then there's some cows. Rolling. There's another house. Imagine this kid, like I said, if this is the real story, let's go with that. Imagine this kid never tells. The whole Tidewater area is demolished. It's over with. The time it would take you to even get, they killed everybody. So who's sending the news? The slaves? They ain't saying nothing unless they house Negroes. Everybody else is just gonna be like, ooh, go about. If anything, try to start figuring out where to go. Like, yo, do we stay here or do we start making moves? 48 hours, like you at night, you just clack, clack, clack. Nobody's telling anybody anything. The time it would take, because in that immediate area, they said 60 families. So that means in that immediate area, in 2 days, you done got rid of a lot of people. The movement, if that wouldn't have happened, and think about it, unless somebody's coming from out of town to visit, how do you know? How would you know? Like, the history would have been completely different. Now, this is the part that I also think is very crazy. Hundreds of innocent black people were slaughtered and killed. Just like, yo, we think y'all might know about them. We you know what I'm saying? We don't know. And you know who they were going for first? Anybody that even remotely bucked. Bam, got him. Boom, you want some too? Blam, got him. That's what it was. And the crazy part again, taking it back up to Ruby Bridges, it never stopped. That mentality of that never stopped. Imagine scaring that young girl's parents to the point where they go, you know what? We're good. I don't think y'all gonna be able to save her, to protect her. We're good. We'll pull out. Experiment over. Experiment is over. Because that's what they used to do. They'd scare you. Voting rights. They were taking lives, beating people down to a point where it was just like, hey, don't do it. And people were shook. Like, I ain't trying to get caught up in all of that. I'm good. That's what it was. That's all. That's just real. I just had to say that because, like, I watched it this morning and I'm like, yo, this is wild. This is crazy. What in the world am I looking at? Anyway, Super Bowl. I know this is a weird transition, I know. But with that being said, black man won the Super Bowl as a quarterback and got the MVP. Boom, boom, boom. And I know somebody going like, Patrick, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that. I hate when people be like, yeah, it was 2 black dudes. So anything like, no. Patrick, I don't know what, like, no. Patrick Mahomes, no. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes doesn't give me that vibe like he'd like if something jumped off in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes doesn't look like he'd do like LeBron James and speak up on it. Patrick Mahomes would just hang out in the cut and they'd be like, hey, how you feeling? I'm out there. You know what I mean? We don't know. We'll have to look at all the evidence first. He'd be that dude. So that's just the vibe I get. Like, yeah, and if you go, that makes you black. Yes, that makes you black. That makes you Hispanic. That makes you Asian. That makes you Irish. That makes you Italian. When things happen to the people that look like you, and you know it's unjust, and you choose not to speak up, then you're not really down. I'm sorry. That's just the way that goes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like when Ray go out here and try to rob somebody and rob the liquor store or whatever, and then he shot like 4-5 people. No, Ray need to get locked up. Ray gone. Like, yeah, no, keep Ray up in jail, son. Ray got to stay in jail. No. Ain't no free Ray. Free Ray for what? Nah, son. Ray need to be where Ray at. Ray gone. Ray gone. But when Shamika comes out of a spot, out of the hair salon, or a nail spot, and it was like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? She got to get a ticket, and And she might flare up and like, oh my God, like you saw me coming out the door, boom, boom, boom. And an officer out of the blue is watching this altercation, which usually boils down to one or two things. The chick goes, you're right, cool, rips it up. Or she's like, well, yo, it is what it is. You can either pay or they'll just catch up with you later. Something's gonna happen. You pay it or something's gonna happen. What A or B, but here's the ticket. Guess what? Shamika go huff and puff, be mad, get on the phone, be huffing and puffing to whoever. And I was out there like right when she was putting it on my windows. You know what I'm saying? Cop pulls over. It becomes a whole new thing. Then she's getting body slammed. Then she get punched in the face or something crazy like that. And I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying, but when something like that does happen, she might catch a couple shots, might lose her life, and then you turn to a Patrick Mahomes and he's like, I don't know, I won't dare. You gotta do all the evidence. Yeah, you're not like us. Ray Ray belongs there. Ray Ray, yeah, that's a Ray Ray. Huffing and puffing about getting a ticket is a normal thing. Everybody does it. Life goes on. But when the cop comes in to interferes and then somebody gotta get punched in the face or they get tasered or they get, for no reason, because again, it was just an argument that everybody's arguing with the people, you know what I'm saying, putting the ticket on the joint and kept it pushing. You mad. Man, that's crazy, son. Whatever, man. Oh, then you got the ones who be like, I'm gonna fight this, man. I was right there, son. For real. I was like, yo, for real? I'm gonna fight that. It is what it is. Nobody needed to get hurt. That's what I'm talking about. Patrick Mahomes ain't really that guy. Patrick Mahomes he's Patrick. I don't know. That's what he looked like he'd do. I tell you what I will say about that game, though. Without the referees, I don't know what we want to call it, assistance? Without the referees' interference, without the referees, you know what I'm saying, help, the Kansas City Chiefs are mediocre. And I'm being nice by saying mediocre. Them dudes is hot garbage. Hot garbage. I'm talking about that kind of hot garbage when it's like 100+ degrees, it rained, then it got hot all over again, and you can see the rain evaporating in the air from the steam, and that smell is just hot garbage. Them dudes was, my man got sacked twice, then threw an interception. Got sacked. Then he threw an interception because he just saw them dudes coming, and he was like, oh my Lord, and threw the interception just to throw it away, and your boy caught it. Patrick, look, them dudes is garbage. Garbage. And I'm happy that the refs did that. I don't know why they did it, but I'm so happy they did it. And to be honest, like most people, we thought it was gonna be one of them games. That first pass interference, boo. All of a sudden, my man get ready to kick the field goal because a head moved. False start, like what? Oh, okay, y'all really out here playing games, but whoa. Them dudes went into the halftime up, what was it, 24-0? And then you had everybody thinking, oh my God, they about to have this crazy, off-the-wall, ridiculous comeback. Come on, B. I know y'all ain't about to hit us like this, for real. And it never happened. It never happened. This, I ain't gonna lie. I figure like this: if the refs treat the Kansas City Chiefs like this for the rest of the time that Patrick Mahomes is there, they will barely make it to the playoffs. They're a wild card team at best. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna beat the Bengals at all. They're not gonna beat the Bills at all. They're not gonna beat the Ravens at all. Not without all that flags. Oh my God, John ran past this man and brushed it up against him. Win flag. Nah, they ain't do none of that. Had my man shook. He was shook. Now I will tell you this much. I will give Patrick Mahomes this much respect because we've seen Patrick Mahomes for a few years. He is a whiny, crying dude. he was taking these joints, and it was what it was. It was what it was. You know, he complained a little bit, but then like these dudes, like they were crying during the third quarter. The Chiefs was already knew it was over. They was just, and they were trying to figure out. They were out talking to each other, trying to figure out what was going on. Dude, y'all were never that great. The refs always helped y'all out. That was what it was. Stop. Y'all was never really good. The refs just had y'all back. I don't know why they didn't have y'all back on the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I kind of get it. Too many eyes. Don't make it that obvious, because then next thing you know, that's bad for the product. So they had to play it dry. They had to go real with it. And them boys were not playing around Philly. Philly was up in there like, blow. That defense was blow. They couldn't even hold them at the line because there was no blitz for real. They couldn't, because they were so used to, if they get past us and somebody touch them, we going to get the flag. We got this. Blow, hit the ground. Blow, hit the ground again. Look, they hit him, what was it, the third or fourth quarter? My man called the fumble, and then they hit him a little bit after the fumble. They like, why they ain't call that? And Tom Brady was like, well, the ball was already out of his hands, so, it was already in a fumble situation. We good, B. Why? If the officials give the Kansas City Chiefs this kind of vibe all next year, they barely make it into the playoffs. And people gonna be like, yo, what happened? What happened is what we've been telling y'all. Them dudes was garbage and they was always getting helped out. Without help, they're trash. They're trash. It's gonna be one of those wild things where, and I feel bad because all of those people involved with the Kansas City Chiefs legacy will be wiped away. Will have an asterisk. You know what I'm saying? All of them. The coach, quarterbacks, Kelsey, all of them dudes, everybody of Juju, all of them dudes, their careers will be looked at like, oh, y'all really weren't that good. Keep it pushing. They're going to have to step it up next year if they want that respect. For real. But I loved it. I loved it. Y'all see the halftime? They still out here trying to break that joint down right now. Right now. Sam Jack as Uncle Sam. Oh my God. Come on, B. Come on, B. This was not even about... This was bigger than Drake. This was bigger than Drake. This has so many... It was so... Everything about it was so... It's weird because if people were going, well, Kendrick doesn't have that kind of music... That's that kind of stuff, right? He doesn't, and the greatest thing of it is he still did his music. He told the story he wanted to tell. He put us in a position. A lot of people chose not to see it. A lot of people just didn't see it. A lot of people didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody pointed out the obvious petty stuff, but nobody paid attention to the bigger picture. Kendrick Lamar did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, a lot of people, even people who don't like hip-hop, rap, even people who had no idea who he was, even people who were going, I kind of didn't understand what he was saying, they saw the visual. And that's what they were trying to figure out more than anything. What does this mean? So now they're asking their grandkids. Now their grandkids are probably putting them on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. And people are breaking this down. And it's like, this is and that's what you're getting. You're getting a lot of older people, older white people also. And you gotta say it that way. Older people going, okay, that was intriguing. Because at the end of the day, we want to think. We want to have somebody we want to have somebody challenge our mind and have us look at things differently. And that's what he did. You saying it wasn't going to be Shakira and J-Lo booty shaking. It wasn't going to be Beyonce doing what she was doing. And salute, and I said it one time before, salute to Beyonce and her thing that she did for the Christmas games on Netflix. That was a whole nother historical banger. You know what I'm saying? We are at the point now where you have to visually show people what it is that you're trying to say. Because a lot of us, people won't listen, but they'll watch. Everybody's watching someone now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's watching. Nobody wants to just listen. You have to see it. If I see what, and it's almost like, oh, if you ain't attractive enough, or if you don't got enough swag, riz, whatever you want to call it, if your fit ain't popping, if your joints ain't up to par, and, oh, them sneakers dirty, I ain't listening to no dude with no dirty sneakers. This dude is bringing you the truth. Yeah? Well, truthfully, them sneakers is dirty, son. I ain't got no time for him out here with them on, That's what we are. So he gives you this on a Super Bowl joint. Knocks it out the park, B. Knocks it out the park. Salute. Salute to the Eagles. Yeah. Look, I'm sorry I had to go back to that. That was, woof. You have no idea. You have no idea how crazy that was. And again, it's not so much the fact that the Eagles won. I'm an Eagles fan. I love that. It's the fact that the refs didn't do what everybody was expecting the refs to do. We were expecting the refs to really have a hand in dictating how this game was going to go. And they didn't. They fell back. And you saw just how not good the Chiefs really are. And it's beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Word. I talk too much right now. I probably got too deep a couple of times for what we gonna do. If you notice, the episodes are kind of all around the same day or two apart. Here's what happened. We were recording stuff, and for whatever reason, it wasn't popping up. It was in a hidden folder, but the recording stuff was like the editing, the whole everything. The episodes were done. Episodes were done, but for whatever reason, everything ended up in this weird phantom zone. So we were still trying to find it. We found one. Now there was one episode where I think I said it. We were talking about it. Everything came out wrong. The whole thing was messed up. It was trash. So we had to trash that. And it was like, oh, I'm not doing that over. But there was other stuff. There was 2 more episodes that were straight. The free breakfast program one and the LBJ. So those, we're gonna post those also with this. Thank y'all for rocking with me, man. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys, all day, every day. Thank y'all all over the world. All over the world. Donnie Hathaway joint. Anyway, let's get into what we do. Let's go. That's what we do, because that's how we do, when we do, what we do. Yeah. Y'all hear what we do. We took it to a little of that thump. We took it there for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know every once in a while you gotta get that boom, jump out there. You gotta, you know what I mean? Word up. So we took it there. What? Oh, anyway. Y'all hear the beat. Y'all know the time of the night. It can't be nothing else but that time for what? The cause we gon'. And with that being said, you know how we gonna do. Let's do it like this. Take it from the top. Take it from the top like this moment in wide people history. We gonna take it to down south, of course, right? You know what I'm saying? But what we gonna do is hit you off with a crazy piece of history. Now, please, by all means, listen close. Listen close. Listen close. Listen close. Listen close. Listen close. In 1960. Let me tell y'all again. Let me say that again. 1960. The first African American student to go to an all-white school. Name was Ruby Bridges. And here's the wild part. I think we out here, we overlook it like that. This chick was 6. I'm glad that stopped on that right there. 6 years old. 1960. She passed the test because they was giving people, like, they were like, yeah, if we gonna do it, y'all gotta be smart enough to get up into these white schools. She was smart enough to get into the white schools. She went to the white school. The governor didn't want it. The mayor didn't want it. The U.S. Marshals had to be sent to help escort the 6-year-old. And I want to keep throwing that out there to emphasize 6-year-old female to the school. And you're probably asking yourself, as the beat stopped on time, bring it back, what does this have to do with white people? This sounds like a good moment. This sounds like a heroic moment. Don't get it twisted. This is a great moment. This woman is a hero. This woman is, forget Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson ain't even on the same level. This is a 6-year-old that took the weight of the world on her shoulders. And you go, still, yo, what they got to do with white people? White people, all but 4 families, took their kids out that school. Word has it, and this is word has it. A lot of teachers who won't even near her class was like, he ain't trying to go there either. 4 families was like, I'm good. We're good. My kid's gonna get that education. A woman, grown, adult woman, ran up on this 6-year-old with a black doll in a coffin, letting her know that was her. That was letting her know that was supposed to be her. Grown men were threatening. Let me put the T on it, because it was teenage. Putting the T on it. Threatening a 6-year-old. They were out here threatening a 6-year-old's life because she was gonna go to a school with white children. Y'all aren't understanding what I'm saying right now. This is what I'm talking about. I saw somebody say something the other day. They were like, they're taking Black history away, and they want to focus on whiteness. Focus on this kind of stuff. This is not the example he was giving. He was like, the atrocities that they have done in America to everybody. And I was like, yeah, this has a happy ending because this woman is still alive. And when we talk about how vile, venomous, villainous, petty, dangerous a group of people can be, she is the living embodiment of that. She lived that. You know what I'm saying? We get taught that in school. We hear about it. She lived it, overcame it, brushed a lot of that stuff off. It ain't like she out here like, yo, F these white people wherever she see them. She understood. She grew up to understand. Not only her, but her parents for being brave enough to allow this to happen, to have some sort of trust for the government to be like, yo, y'all gonna take care of my kid. You know what I'm saying? This is around the time when black churches were burning. 4 little girls. This is around the time you had a 14-year-old Emmett Till. All of this is going on. And don't get it twisted, Emmett Till was not like some one-off. That was jumping off all the time. People went missing all the time. People had to worry about their kids getting missing all the time. Or them. But to know that a 6-year-old was sent to school with people to bodyguard her from not just like kids. Elementary school. Grown men and women. Bring it back. That's the stuff we talking about. That's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? When we talk this talk, we talking about that. This is a historical moment. And as much as we applaud Ruby Bridges, as much as we salute Ruby Bridges, we cannot salute her and applaud her without thinking about the other side. Because the other side is the side that they keep trying to tell you never existed. Oh, we got to get over that. That was way back in the day. This woman is still alive. This woman lived it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I read about it. I read about those days. You know what I'm saying? I seen the videos with the dogs and the fire hoses. But to live it as a child, to have grown men and women roll up on you like, yo, I will punch you in your face. I will take your life if I can't have this be a thing. That's a wild piece of joint. And I'm not saying this to have nobody's blood boil and catch an aneurysm or nothing. I'm just saying we are in a place where they tell you to forget it. They tell you, oh, no, it won't really as bad as you think. Then when you know about the history and you're like, yo, B, grown men and women were running up on a 6-year-old, not a teenager, a 6-year-old, with ideas of doing physical harm to this girl, spitting vile, venomous, hurtful, hateful words at a child. And then people will tell you, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was what it was. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Overlook it. Move on. That's all I'm saying. It's it's the joints like that. Sometimes, and as I said, progression is the thing. She's a living embodiment of growth. And people who probably, those children that were around who actually took the time to know her. Same for them. But that's a wild joint right there. That's a piece of history again. Somebody who went through it is still here on this earth, walking and talking and moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? Gotta think about that. You know what I mean? History, B. History. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where to go with this. I only do you bring something crazy, fun, or do you bring something somewhat deep? I don't know. All I know is we just gonna bring something else in and rock it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up something real quick and we gonna do what we do, man. But yeah, man. That's the history moment. Please never forget it. Know the name Ruby Bridges. 6-year-old, 1960, out there in Louisiana, and they was like out here, yo, they was the governor, and them was like, yo, we gonna have to find a way to make that not happen. And it happened. You know what I'm saying? Thank the gods, any God that you pray to, that nothing happened to this girl, who is now a grown woman, grandmother, possibly great-grandmother. Let's do what we do, man, and get back into what we do. This is the kind of stuff we do, man, on the podcast, Our World, Our Time. And this is what we gonna get y'all all the time, man. Something to grow on, you know what I mean? Will Smith, that's what we gonna play. Will Smith, Big Sean, beautiful scars. She has those. America has those. Sometimes you can't forget it, but you can forgive it, but you can't forget it. How about that? Let's go, man. Yes. Hey, look, I was out here zoning. I was about to pull up the next joint. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna throw some Big Daddy Kane on it, but I was like, nope. Looked at the clock. Ooh, it's time to go. It's time to get up out of here and let the door close. Everybody be like, oh my God, there that door go. I be like, nah, that don't run away from me, yo. Keep it in my pocket, then I lock it, then I do what I do. I don't be popping, ain't no simping, I'm simply pimping, you guys, I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, we getting ready to get up out of here. I'ma holler at y'all Wednesday, Wednesday, Wu-Tang Wednesday. You know how we do, so we gonna keep it popping like that. Y'all have a good night. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Please embrace what we doing right now. This Black History Month. Black History is every day when I do it, so you know how we do it. So that's how we do it. Word up. I feel real crazy when I say that, but nobody puts baby in the corner. So bring it back. And I'm gonna holler at y'all. And next Saturday, Universal Soul. We're gonna have a whole lot of just dope R&B and hip hop foreign joints. You know how we get down, man. We do what we do. This is what we get down with. Let's go. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.